What's going on, person number one? Let me turn on the text-to-speech real quick. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on. It's going to depend on how active the chat gets. But I said I'd get on at 9, so I am. I'll probably stay on at least a half an hour. If it gets rowdy up in here, I'll stay longer.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, person number 2? How you doing? By the way, thanks for writing in the chat. I appreciate it.
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing alright. I can't complain. Got nothing to complain about today. Where are you from? How's the weather? It was actually somewhat warm here today. That's probably not going to last very long.
I'm from San Francisco.
Oh, nice. So it's probably nice and warm there. It's like 54 degrees here today, which means it's only going to get colder.
But I just moved to San Bernardino now.
Since California is a big state.
It's cold here.
Oh, I was just about to ask. Since California is such a big state, I was curious how far those two places are apart and if the weather is really different.
To 11 hours.
Damn. So I bet the temperature variance is really big. Because I know I moved from the city of Chicago to a southwest suburb about 10 years ago, and I know it's warmer down here than it is actually in the city. And we're not that far away. We're maybe about an hour, if that.
It get very hot out here, but it's getting cold now.
Yeah, well, luckily, you guys don't get as cold as we get here. I mean, we get into the, negative 20. Once winter rolls around, we'll be lucky if we see the sun multiple excuse me, multiple days a week because it's so cloudy all the time.
I couldn't do it.
End up with like 2 feet of snow. Hold on, I'm about to have a spasm. Oh, come on. If it's gonna happen, happen. No? Okay, cool. For once it's not. Oh, no. There it goes. Yeah, a lot of people say they couldn't do it with it being so cold here sometimes. I lived in Chicago all my life, so I guess I'm kind of used to it.
Wow, then.
Wow, then. Mer?
Wow, the spasms must really hurt.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. Usually I have whole body spasms. Right now it's just in my back. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera because I don't know how good the camera is because of my shitty eyes. But I'm starting to sweat up here and down this arm and my back. And eventually I'll be soaked in sweat as if I worked out for an hour straight. It's awesome. Not really, but whatevs. It's what happens when you get old and are crippled.
Sorry you had to go through that.
Meh. It's not fun, but it is what it is. I try not to complain too much because there are people who have it way worse.
You don't look.
I don't look.
You don't look old.
I'm 37. I feel old. By the way, again, thanks for writing in the chat. I really.
Not old at all. I'm 50.
I guess. I guess I just feel old because I've been through so much shit. Oh, like I was saying, thanks for writing in the chat. I always appreciate it. It's hard to sit here and do this by myself without anybody here with me. A lot of times I'll have someone in the chat, but there wasn't anybody available. Uh, I didn't have anybody else to come over and hang out with me. So y'all just got little on me today.
No problem. I also dropped the like.
Nice, I appreciate it. What's going on, person number 2? How you doing? I throw my gaming footage on YouTube. Actually, I've been streaming live on YouTube recently because my Twitch bots are broken. Because I can't get, well, my one friend, she's busy and she knows how to fix all my stuff. So my bots start to annoy me, so I've just been basically streaming live on my game footage on YouTube all the time. So if you're ever curious about a crippled guy licking a controller to play games, my channel is the one to check out.
I am subscribed to you also.
Sweet. I appreciate it. I need to make some regular videos of me complaining about stuff or showing you guys stuff. Uh, which I'll probably do. I gotta get over recording stuff by myself. Well, with my caregiver, but I'm used to doing all this stuff, just not mostly solo. I usually have people to bounce off of. So do you have any hobbies? Are you a gamer? Are you... So I know there are people who aren't gamers who just watch the streams. And I've got something in my eye. I think it's eye crap. Yeah, it is. Oh, no, you don't. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, I am a gamer. I play Call of Duty.
Oh, that game I don't play. That game is definitely not cripple friendly. Uh, yeah, I don't play Call of Duty or Overwatch or any of those pew pew games. They're way too quick for me. But I do play like Bioshock, and I just tried Death Stranding. That was totally not cripple friendly. Life is Strange. I did Detroit Become Human. I do a lot of the single player narrative games, or at least I do them to the point as far as I can get with them. A lot of times I end up having to stop because I get to a point where there's something I can't see, and you either can't enlarge the font or Sony doesn't let me use the stupid zoom function while streaming, which is annoying as hell.
Well, I have to go now. I'll see you next time.
Alright, thanks for stopping by. Wow, that was a good 20 minutes. Nice. Person number 2, how you doing? Feel free to write in the chat.
Much hugs, sorry.
It's okay.
Gave a dislike just to even things out.
Nice, I appreciate that. You can't have too much of a good thing, you know.
Like a board. Or a plank.
A plank, huh? I see. Well, here. Anyways. What's going on?
You look like a plank, that is what I shall call you from now on.
Mm-hmm. Fliz. How you doing?
What's a flaz?
Uh-huh. What's a flash? Hold on, I gotta drink some water. Oh shit, that was fucking cold.
What you been up to, plank? Laying around, I assume.
Um, pretty much trying to find things to do in this stupid town, which is pretty much nothing. I went to one of the casinos. Um, just to go. And there's another casino in town I wanted to go to that the Cripple Bus passes by, but apparently that place is out of out of district, even though I pass right by it every time I go places. So I don't get that. I basically just went to the restaurant because I don't really gamble.
Played some slots or something.
Yeah, I played a little bit of slots, but I don't really gamble that much, so I didn't win, unfortunately. My mom wanted to go, and she's been trying to get out of the house, so I said, what the hell, I'd go. And she went into the hospital, and she's actually, I'm hoping she's getting out tomorrow if everything goes well. That's pretty much been it. I don't really have any games I've been playing. I tried to play Death Stranding, and that was a giant uncripple-friendly piece of crap. What else is going on? I don't know, trying to find ways to make money and not lose my caregiver services. Because, you know, in order to get...
What is the premises of Death Stranding?
You're a futuristic postman in an apocalyptic world trying to link all the areas together by this massive network of stuff. I don't know, I couldn't get that far into it. And you have a baby strapped to you, and every time you fall, the baby cries. And you have to rock it, and do all sorts of weird shit that wasn't gonna... In order to soothe the baby, you have to hold down L1 and the down button and hit square and either rock the baby, rock your controller like a baby, or hold down R2, which is way too many goddamn buttons. So I was not going to play 30 hours of listening to a baby cry every time I fell over. Because you also have to keep your balance. And in order to keep your balance, you have to hit L2 and R2 to kind of keep Norman Reedus steady, which also is hard for me to do. So I wasn't about to spend, 30 or 40 hours listening to the baby cry. Because it cried.
Sounds awful like that Super Mario with Yoshi and the baby.
Yeah, kind of. And what's worse is the baby's crying comes out of your controller. I mean, you can change it. But every time the baby would start crying, I got the controller in my mouth and it's crying right in my face. It didn't take me long to get sick of that game. That and the icons were small, and of course Sony still doesn't let me use Zoom while streaming. They better fix that shit for the PS5. Actually, I should make a YouTube video about all the, maybe I'll do that when I get up on... That'll be something I can do on my channel. I'll do that when I get up and try to use fucking the editor on the PS5. Make a video of all the non-cripple friendly things that they need to fix. Because, yeah. Mostly when I quit games now, it almost has less to do with the button placements and more to do with everything's too goddamn small. And I really prefer to stream games rather than to just play them at this point. It's just more fun for me that way. What about you? How's everything going with you and your fam and all that?
Why would you lose your caregiver?
Because the state requires me to stay at a certain income level in order to be provided with caregiver and personal assistant services. Essentially, I have to stay poor for them to pay for stuff. Because obviously, even if I got a job, I'm limited to money either way. Well, actually, no. If I didn't have caregiver services, it wouldn't matter how much money I made. But with the caregiver services, I think I'm limited to $2,000 in savings or assets. And considering I'm on Medicare and Medicaid, I can't even have more than like 30, I think 12 or $1,300 on hand. Because even now, with the checks that I get every month, I have to automatically, they have a thing called the spend down, where I have to spend a certain amount of it in order to qualify for Medicaid. I mean, I'm already spending that much anyways because I pay rent here and I pay bills and stuff, so it's already out. It's not like I'm whatever, but they don't allow you to save any money without risking losing the services, which sucks balls. And they do have jobs they can give crippled people, but they pay shit like 3 cents an hour. I was reading this one article about this. They were complaining because they were hiring disabled people to do certain stuff because they know that they can pay them at a lower rate because they are on. They do use services, so they're allowed to pay them below the whatever the minimum wage is because of the fact that they are on services or something stupid like that.
That sucks. I am still dealing with stuff. It's starting to get kinda better though, taking longer than thought, but whatever.
Well, I know what you described to me, and that stuff takes a little bit. I can understand how it would take longer than usual, but it'll work out eventually in the end. Oh, what's going on, person number? Oh,
Yeah.
like TV's at a fucked up angle. It's like slightly too far to the right. 2 and 3. How you doing? What's going on? I wish there was some type of stat on my phone that I could read. That would make shit a whole lot easier. They better improve all this shit. I've already got money just saved up for the PS5, assuming they don't fuck me on the controller design. I'm hoping they just allow PS4 controllers to be compatible with PS5, but since that hasn't kind of been the trend, uh, I'm not going to count on it. But we can always hope.
Supposed to be kinda cheap for a new console.
Yeah, I'm hoping that some of the rumors I hear are true. I actually saw a patent that Sony did in Japan for a controller that everyone's saying, "Whoa, this is gonna be the DualShock 5." Uh, and it looks the same except it looks fatter. It's got wider hand things, kind of like the um, Xbox controller, but all the buttons are in the same spot. I'm just wondering if the controller being bigger is going to be weird for me to have to hold it and lick it. So what I was thinking about doing was going on Amazon and buying a PS4 shaped Xbox controller for the PS4 and seeing if I could use that, how hard it would be. What's going on, person number 4 and 5? I'm actually thinking about borrowing. My brother's got 2 Xboxes. I'm thinking about borrowing one of his Xboxes because he has a dongle that he can plug into the Xbox to let me use the PS4 controller. I already have an Xbox account. I've never actually used it before because I've only really played on PlayStation because licking an Xbox controller is complete. I have tongue skills, but my skills are not that good. I can't reach my tongue all the way up to where the D-pad is to reach that that stick. I'm not that good. But now that I can hook my PS4 controller up to an Xbox with the dongle, I really don't have any games that I'm looking forward to for the PS4 till next year. So I'm thinking about borrowing his Xbox until then. Just to try it out. Plus, it'd be nice to have Skype. Instead of having to hold my phone like fucking this and dropping it on my face every 5 seconds to try to talk to someone on Skype, it'd be nice to just be able to have it on the TV and be like, hey. I'm actually hoping, again, that the PS5 has some type of video chat. What's going on, person 3, 4, and 5? I'm rambling on, and me and Fliz have been talking, but no one else is. What are your guys' thoughts on the PS5? Or the Xbox, was it still called Xbox Scarlet? Person number 6 and 7, how you doing? Is it still on here? Let me make sure text-to-speech is still working. Okay, it is. So yeah, are there any games anybody's looking forward to on either system? I think if I did try out my brother's Xbox, the one game I did want to try on Xbox was that game. Was it Sunset Overdrive? The game where you drink the energy drinks and it gives you like superpowers or something. I'm not sure. I remember there was a game similar to that because it reminded me of Infamous Second Son. The two characters seemed very similar, just in attitude. They're both like, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
You ever get the PS4 controller for Switch figured out?
I'm waiting for my buddy to bring over his Switch. I've got the dongle for it sitting right under my TV. It actually looks like a little thing of bricks for Mario. First number 5, how you doing? Oh, I will be playing Life is Strange 3. The final episode comes out, I think, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. So I'll be playing that. Yeah, I would love to try to play some Mario. I've never played Mario in, no, scratch that. I played Mario 64. once before I broke my neck. Because I remember I went where it was a freshman year of high school, and my brother lived right around my high school, and it had to have been about a week or two before I busted my shit. Because I remember walking over to his apartment from my school. And the N64 had that controller with the analog stick in the middle on the little, almost like a little gun thing, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know, this is 22 years ago. The only systems I had ever played with my hands were I had a PS1 and Super Nintendo.
I played the old Nintendo Marios and Super Nintendo Marios on Switch. That was pretty fun.
You know what I did? I actually, talking about going back to games, I bought the original Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. I think I have 9 too. I bought all 3 of them because I loved those games. Actually, the Final Fantasy games were the first games I played after I broke my neck. Those were the first games I tried to play. And I loved them because they were the only games at the time I was able to play. Until Silent Hill came out, and then I figured out how to play Silent Hill. Back when I could just use a joystick controller, because there weren't any analog sticks, so I could use a typing stick, sit in my chair and push the buttons on one side with the typing stick, and use my hand on the joystick. Actually, I used to be pretty badass at fucking Tekken. I used to play it at parties when we'd all get drunk, and everyone would be pissed off because the cripple guy beat them in Tekken. I used to play as Eddie Gordo or Christy, because they're pretty much the same damn character, except one has a vagina and the other one doesn't. But I used to be pretty good at that. Back when, I suppose if I could find a joystick controller, because I was able to, well, my arms are way less stretchy now. I was able to play just with it sitting on my chest. I don't know how much more complicated fighting games have gotten. I'm gonna need to drink some more water. Man, this spray was supposed to help me feel like I want to go to sleep. It has not done that. I think I'm going to take another spray and see if it makes me sleepy. We are not going to have another repeat of the other night where I was trying to reach my snack cup full of trail mix.
You'd probably be good with certain Smash characters. I've been beaten by people using pretty much 1 or 2 moves.
Yeah, one of my buddies on here plays Mortal Kombat 11 on PS4 using one hand. My best friend Sam, whose vision is worse than mine, well, back before he was totally blind, whose vision was way worse than mine, used to kick the shit out of people in Street Fighter for Super Nintendo. I missed you, Fliz. Nikki missed you too, actually, because she likes reading your messages. It was very weird adjusting to not getting a message from someone every day.
Was weird not writing them, lol.
Where the fuck is the end of this? Okay. I gotta be careful with these cups. I found these cups on Amazon like 4 years ago, which are perfect. They're for toddlers. They're for toddlers. And they have a little, snap cup with a little rim on it, so I can just pull it open with my mouth. They no longer have these on Amazon. So in order to buy these, I would have to go on eBay and buy these from Australia, and they cost $25 for something this size, which is ridiculous. And I haven't been able to find anything similar. I need to start making my own designs of cripple-friendly products. I can add it to my cripple-friendly website, which I need to finish setting that up on the app. Cripple-friendly. I don't remember. Does it say anything when you? I don't remember if I put anything for when someone types in cripplefriendly.com. I think
it's legal in a little over a month. That's gonna be kind of weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. But they're gonna tax the shit out of it. Like, I'm everybody's weed guy because I have a card. But they're gonna tax the shit out of it. But you gotta at least go once.
Yeah, but I make my own, so.
Oh, nice. I apparently can grow up, starting the 1st, I can grow up to 3 plants. No, excuse me, up to 5 plants. I would like to try to grow one, just to see how it's done. I'm interested. I'd obviously have to have someone help me do it, but I think it would be interesting to just grow one in my closet if I could. What's going on, person number 2?
LEDs are easy for beginners. No heat.
Well, maybe I'll have to ask you. Maybe you could help me through. I don't know. We need to find a secondary way of communication. I'd shoot you my number and you could just text me, assuming you have a cell phone.
I've used the Hydrogo box that works well. You just follow the instructions. It just smells like shit, but it's organic.
I'm wondering where I'm going to get the seeds or seeds or clones or whatever from. or where I can get them from. You know what I mean? Or legally. I mean, I'll do it illegally. I don't give a shit. But I'm just curious where they let people home grow, but where do they expect people to get that shit from?
If you got a visa CC, I know.
Oh, I do have a Visa CC. Yeah, we got to figure out a way to communicate. Either that or I could just come on stream every time. I need to stream more anyways, but like I said, it's hard to do now by myself when like barely anybody watches streams, so I'm either sitting in here by myself with nothing to fucking do. Because everybody's so busy. Ain't got nobody to be in the chiz at. What's going on, person number two? How you doing? Um, I found out I could hook these headphones up to my TV. Unfortunately, there's no way to adjust the volume on the headphones, so they're at max volume, which is fun. But I'm thinking about just doing streams right, have an open party, and just limit it to like one or two people. Just have random people come in. I was gonna call it. Well, I already did one. I'm gonna call it "Let's Taco About It" or "Taco About It." You get it. What's going on, person number 3 or 4? How you doing?
Friendly neighborhood SpiderMan here.
What's up, SpiderMan? How you doing?
Hi.
Thank you for writing in the chat. How many damsels in distress have you saved today? I wonder how much it costs to clean up the city, to clean up all your webs. Because you gotta leave that goop everywhere. Unless it dissolves or something.
Lol.
What's going on? How you doing? How's your night going? And or morning, depending on where you're from. Person number 4, how are you doing? I got a lull and nothing else.
Well, I am off. Niece talking again. Plank. See ya around hopefully soon.
Alright, Fliz. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Alright, I'll go till an hour and 5 minutes. We'll see what we got there. See if we got anybody else talking. Alright, just me and you, person number one. How you doing? Did SpiderMan leave? What's going on, person number 2 and 3? Feel free to write in the chat. I was just thinking in my head, I wish I could do something with a green screen with the PS4. Because I could put a green screen right behind me or underneath my head. You could have little things running around my head. That'd be kind of cool. I could have charts and graphs and talk about something scientific. Or just put memes up. I mean, that works too. Hey, person number 3. I just saw you pop back in. Unless that's the counter being stupid. Alright. Go another 5 minutes. See how everything goes. And I think the sleepy spray is starting to work. So if we're not talking by in another 5 minutes, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Cause I think I'm actually gonna be able to fall asleep. Please. Oh, so dry in here. That's the other thing I hate about winter is everything gets so dried out. Alright, I am not gonna wait around. Well, it's another minute. Fuck it. I was about to say, I'm not gonna wait around here another goddamn minute for no one to show up and say hi. But it's cool. Alright, guys. I am getting the fuck out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow. Later.